Dear students, in this lecture we are continuing with solving the network problems using KVL. So in previous lecture we have completed a simple problem, this one. Now we will go with another problem. So here the problem is given as determine the loop currents in the network shown in figure. So in previous problem we are having only two loops. Here we are having three loops. This is loop 1, this is loop 2, this is loop 3. As the voltage source is here, let us assume all the currents in clockwise direction with I1 current flowing in loop 1, I2 in loop 2, and I3 in loop 3. And for all three, we assume clockwise directions. Now, write the KVL equations for three loops, that is mesh equations for three loops. First, for loop 1, we are having the current in clockwise direction. It starts from here. The polarities across resistance will be, the voltage drops polarities across the resistance will be plus minus, current entering terminal positive, leaving terminal minus. So if you write the loop equation for 4 ohms, only I1 current is flowing through 4 ohms. So 4 I1. Next for 15 ohms, it is common to loop 1 and loop 2. So the currents I1 and I2 both will flow through 15 ohms, but we are taking I1 as a reference as we are writing the equation for loop 1. So the current through 15 ohms will be I1 minus I2, and this voltage source we are facing minus at the start. So as it is minus terminals, so it is minus 50 equal to 0. And regrouping with I1 terms on I1 terms at one point and I2 terms on one point, we will get 4I1 plus 15I1 is equivalent to 19I1 minus 15 I2, and minus 50 if you move on to the right hand side, it will be equal to plus 50. So this is equation number 1 that we have obtained for loop 1. Similarly, write the loop equation for loop 2. Here the loop 2 current I2 is flowing in the loop 2, so we are going to take I2 as reference. So in the direction of I2 starting from this node, so we will have voltage drops with polarities plus on left hand side of the 2 ohms, for 16 ohms plus on the top side and minus at the bottom side, and for 15 ohms plus at the bottom side minus at the top side. So if you write the loop equation in 2 ohms alone, I2 current is going to flow, so plus 2 I2. In 16 ohms, the 16 ohms is common to both loop 2 and loop 3, so both currents I2 and I3 are going to flow, but we are taking loop 2 as our reference. So I2 current we need to take as positive. So 16 into I2, and I3 is in opposite direction to I2. So we are going to take it as I2 minus I3. Next, 15 ohm resistance. For 15 ohms, the 15 ohm resistance is common to both loop 1 and loop 2. So both I1 current and I2 current are going to flow through the 15 ohms, and we are taking I2 as reference. So I2 will be positive, and I1 direction is opposite to I2. Therefore, I1 we have to take as minus, I2 minus I1. There are no other elements, so this summation will be equal to 0 as per KVL. So on regrouping with I1 term separately, I2 term separately, and I3 term separately, we'll get I1 term as minus 15, and I2 terms 2I2 plus 16I2 plus 15I2. So it will be equal to 33I2. Next I3 terms is only one term, minus 16I3 is equal to 0. This is for loop 2. Now, if you write the equations for loop 3, for loop 3, I3 current we have considered as the current flowing in loop 3. So taking I3 as reference, it will create voltage drops plus on left hand side and minus on right hand side with 10 ohms. For 6 ohms plus at top, minus at the bottom. For 16 plus at the bottom, minus at the top. So the loop equation will be 10 ohms into only I3 current is flowing through 10 ohms to 10 I3 plus 6, and only I3 current is flowing to the 6 ohms. So it is 6 I3. Next, for 16 ohms, as we are facing positive terminal at the beginning for all three resistors, we are taking all the drops as positive. And 16 ohms is common to both loop 3 and loop 2. So both I3 current and I2 current will flow through the 16 ohms. As we are taking I3 as reference, so I3 is positive for loop 3, and I2 is in opposite direction to I3. So as I3 is positive, its opposite current I2 will be minus. I3 minus I2. There are no other elements, so this summation will be equal to 0. And rearranging I2 terms separately and I3 terms separately, there are no I1 terms. So minus 16 I2 plus I3 terms 10 plus 6, 16 plus 16, 32 I3 equal to 0. So let be equation 3. So there are three equations, equation 1 and equation 2 and equation 3 correspond to each loop. And there are three unknowns, I1, I2 and I3. On solving these three equations, we will get the I1 value, I2 value and I3 value. Okay. So first, let's enter, let's write these equations with all the three unknowns in equations so that you can easily solve these equations. So first equation will become 19 I1 minus 15 I2 plus 0 I3 equal to 50, and minus 15 I1 plus 33 I2 minus 16 I3 equal to 0, and 0 I1, there is no I1 term in third equation. This is second equation and this is third equation. 0 I1 minus 16 I2 plus 32 I3 equal to 0. Now we need to solve these equations. So take the calculator. Here, as we are having three equations, we need to solve using equation mode. So click on mode, select equation option 5, and three unknowns are there. This option corresponds to three unknowns is equation 2. Now enter the equations. 19 minus 15, 0, 50 minus 15, 33 minus 16, 0, 0 minus 16, 32, 0. So after entering these equations, if you click on equal to, you will get the answer. So I1 is 5, I2 is 3, I3 is 1.5. So I1 is 5, I2 3, 1.5. So on solving equations 1, 2 and 3, we get I1 equal to 5 amps, I2 equal to 3 amps, I3 equal to 1.5 amps. Like this, you can solve the loop currents. So by using loop equations, you can get the loop current by solving the network problem. Thank you.